Those maniacs at Funko have done it.
Shrek Mystery Minis. So these are the new Shrek figures that I've gotten a lot of requests to review. And my first impression holding this in my hand is that it doesn't feel real. It feels like something from an alternate universe. Not only because it's a new Shrek action figure line in 2024, but because it's these Funko minis. See, I have a bit of a history with these minis. I collected the Zootopia line like almost a decade ago when these came out. And I remember the mystery minis being really expensive and really disappointing. I think I bought these like at Claire's. Like my sister needed something there, and they had these Zootopia ones, and I got hooked. I really wanted Nick and Judy so badly, but all I got were all these dud characters. So yeah, these Zootopia figures made me really adverse to blind boxes. And eventually, I just bought Nick and Judy on eBay. And that's kind of the approach I've taken with these. I've actually bought a set from eBay that's pre-opened. So I do know what these figures are. I'm sorry, there's no surprises here. But I wanted the main cast, and I didn't want to drop like $200 on these at Hot Topic. I will say the price is not that bad. They're about $9, and I actually remember paying more for the Zootopia figures. Like, the Zootopia ones were, I think, $12, so maybe there's some sort of artificial Disney tax, but Funko actually brought the price on these down. And, I like the box. I mean, I would pick this up and buy it if I was a regular person, and not some weirdo that buys every new Shrek product that ever releases. This is not the first Shrek blind box. We got last year the Kiddo Shrek designer line. These ones were a little pricier. They were like $18 to $20, and I think they were a box lunch exclusive. And I'll be frank, I was not feeling these. I just think they're a little too off-model and weird looking. No offense to the artist Kiddo. I mean, this is obviously his take on Shrek, but I do prefer the Funko Mystery Minis look. And I can already tell you, just by looking at the front of the box here, they do look a lot like the Zootopia figures. Definitely going for that stylized, almost Rankin Bass look. They look like the old stop-motion Christmas puppets. And I really like it. It's a lot better than the pop vinyls, which are just kind of soulless and look like they're dead inside. So here's Shrek, Donkey, and Fiona. And yes, actual Ogre Fiona. Oh my goodness. It's been a bit of a curse with these Shrek toy lines that Fiona is either completely absent or only in her human form. Ogre Fiona is like a rarity. Then we have Puss and Dragon, Elizabeth here. And then we look at the back and we really get to see the treasures of this line. And when this was first posted, when these were first found in Hot Topic, the first thing I thought I had was, oh no. Because I looked at these drop rates here and like hairs stood up on my skin. Look how bad these are. So you have a 1 in 6 chance of getting any of the main 4, and then a 1 in 12 in Gingy and Farquaad. And I would say like that right there is what the majority of Shrek merchandise is, right? Like those 6 characters. But then we have all these extra characters, these kind of fan servicey picks that make me really happy, but the chances of getting them are very slim. And I was going to make a video where I just kind of complained about these drop rates and why they are really bad and scummy, and I don't like this gambling practice at all. The Funko collecting market is so insane, so like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like driven by hype and speculation that they have already crashed the market on these figures. So if you want all of these figures, you should just go to eBay and buy them. Don't buy them from the store. For $10, you're probably just going to end up with a bunch of donkeys. But if you go on eBay, you could actually get all of these for cheap. I've even seen this Chase donkey pretty cheap. And, you know, I've considered buying a whole set of these, but you know how money is. I just decided to get the main cast for now, the top row, all the commons. And you can get a full set of the common ones online for no joke. Less than 2 of them. So I don't know what the deal is, why these are so cheap online. Maybe there's some sort of weird scam going on with like Funko employees dumping unsold units. It just seems really odd that these are so much cheaper online than in store. But however you get these, I would say get the characters you want and don't get stuck with a bunch of doubles. So from Farquaad onward, the line is pretty interesting. Fairy Godmother, Prince Charming in his Shrek the Third outfit, which has never been made as a toy before, even Rumpelstiltskin from Shrek Forever After. I kind of love seeing some Shrek Forever After representation. Very under-merchandised movie. And then, oddly enough, Human Fiona is like the rare one. I don't understand that at all. Especially when you look at Funko's other merch, Human Fiona is prominently featured in the Pops. It is a little weird that all the new Shrek merch seems to be focused heavily on the first movie, and then you have this line dropping, and all of a sudden, we have all the Shrek films represented. So, maybe this is some sort of signal that Dreamworks is changing how they license out Shrek, and instead of just milking nostalgia for the first film, they're willing to celebrate Shrek as a franchise. But either way, packaging is good, price point is good, and I can already tell you I'm going to like the figures. My first impression is that the figure actually feels pretty premium. It has a bit of a heft to it. Contrast this with the other Shrek collector figure, the U2's Shrek. Nicely detailed, but to anyone out there that likes these, I'm so sorry. These U2's figures are so cheaply made. He feels like he's made of nothing. And the glue on the arm of mine actually died. Like, one day his arm just fell off because it's not even attached to the figure. It's just held on by glue. So, I don't know, man. I'm kind of leaning more on the Funko Shrek than the U2's Shrek. Even though this one looks more like the movie model and has more detail, there's just something about this design that's really appealing in a way that the Pop figure isn't. It's just a nice version of Shrek. I quite like that. Okay, next figure. Actually, before we get to the next figure, it's kind of freaking me out, like, how compatible these are with the Zootopia figures. It's so odd to see Disney and Dreamworks together like this. I know it's not the first time this has happened. There's been Disney and Dreamworks Legos and Pop vinyls for years, but those renditions of the characters are just so simplistic. These are like nicely detailed figures, and it's just kind of weird to see like Nick and Shrek interact like this. They look like they're from the same toy line. I guess technically they are, but look at that. Shrek and Zootopia together. Let's take a look at who's in this one. Spoiler alert, it won't be a double. Oh, here's Fiona. Ogre Fiona. And she's kind of doing the signature Dreamworks face there with one eyebrow raised. Hey, it's a figure of Ogre Fiona. Gotta take the small victories. Very cute. Alright, time to unbox another. Here's Donkey. This one is not waffle scented, sadly. Unlike the vintage figure. But it is nicely detailed. Look at that. How could you not love that face? Figure number 4. This completes the full lineup of common figures. And that is Puss in Boots doing his kind of puppy dog eyes from Shrek 2. Iconic pose and fits the cutesy form of the character. I would have loved to have seen Kitty Soft Paws or Burrito or even Death in this line. But, you know, it's only Series 1. Can't quite get too far into the Shrek deep cuts. But I do have faith with Funko having the Shrek license. They're known for making a lot of characters. And yeah, first impressions are that these are pretty solid. Having new Shrek figures is just so trippy. And even though these are collector figures at Hot Topic, there's something just more toy-like about them that the U2s and the Kiddo figures don't have. When I hold those figures, they feel very cheap. They feel collectible, like I'm supposed to put them on a shelf and then never touch it again. But with these, you can really pick them up. You can throw them around. I would take these outside and get some photos. Maybe put Shrek and Fiona in like some swamp mud and get some great photos. They're really durable, nice, sturdy figures. While these are aimed at adult collectors, I think if a kid really wanted Shrek toys, you could hand this to your kid and it'd be fine. I know the original Shrek products have gone way up in recent time. I sure hope my videos haven't played a part in that. And, while nothing holds a candle to those original Shrek figures, I mean, look look at the beautiful detail on that McFarlane figure. The Funko one offers something different, you know? At least we don't have some poor, cheap version of this to compare it to. They're distinctly different toys. And I would love to see Funko do another wave of these. I think there's so many different characters and versions of the Shrek characters that you could definitely do a second wave with some deep cuts for the fans. They're actually a little bigger than I thought. Maybe because the Zootopia characters are just simply smaller. Like, this is technically to scale, right? Judy would be a lot shorter than Shrek if they ever met. But, yeah, here they are. They're nice figures. I would pay, you know, full retail $10 for these, but like I said, if you want to just go the eBay route, I don't blame you. I don't think Funko should be supported for doing this blind box stuff. Trust me, they've made enough money off these already. People have bought these up, so if the demand is there, they will definitely make more of them. Hey, they're cute new Shrek figures. I can put these on a shelf, get some nice photos, and finally say that Shrek can meet Marlon Brando. A perfect crossover. That's all I got. Arms folded. Hands on hips. Okay, what's going on here? Why do Nick and Judy and Shrek and Fiona have the same poses? Are these like the couples pose? What's going on here? I'm kind of tripping, y'all.